No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replay. Well, actually, it's not really two replays. It's one replay and half a replay. But that's because of issues that we'll go into in a bit. But yeah, so we've got 1.5 replays. In the Panther. And it's the Derp Panther. Because it's the best kind of Panther. And if you haven't guessed by the title, as always, this is for the third Mark of Excellence video. For this tank. Now, I have been trying to get the third Mark of Excellence with the 75mm, but honestly, it's quite painful and quite boring with the 75mm. And I was kind of struggling because I was doing stupid things to try to have a bit of fun with it. And then I ended up getting myself caught out. And the fact that the 75mm, while it's accurate and has a nice reload, its actual DPM is quite poor, and it's boring. It's just a boring gun. So I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to try the Derp. I'm going to just going to put the Derp on the Panther. I was at like 91% when I started with the Derp. Was it 91%? Yeah, it was about 90% actually. It was about 90%. I was flat on 90. I was like, you know what, I'm putting the Derp on it. We're doing it. We're Derp Panthering. And the results were pretty hilarious. As we pen an STA2. And then we pen him again. And, you know, the fun doesn't stop there. Because he dies. So, yeah, the fun doesn't stop there for him anyway. But yeah, I actually had so much fun actually 3-marking this with the Derp gun. More than I ever thought I would. Because I thought, oh, it's got a really competitive 75mm, right? It's going to make this third mark tedious and hard to do with how inconsistent this Derp gun can be. And as you can see on Arctic Region as well, in this matchmaking we've got, we are heavily bottom tier for +1, -1. It's very, very tier 8. So this is where we're least likely to do a lot of damage as well, because we're going to hit people like him and not do anything. Now, I've made a mistake here and driven in front of these guys, and that's frightening because they're autoloader like the 5100. So what I did there was basically aim for that at 5100's tracks. And the first thing I did when that 5100 came round was go straight for his tracks, stop him there, so I could get away, basically. But you see, we're hitting the 5100 for 38, and, you know, that's not the most well-armoured tank, right? So we've shot the Carnarvon, I've got his tracks, and now we're going to keep perma-tracking him with this Derp gun. And obviously, you're seeing what I'm talking about. This is a tier 8 heavy tank. We've just, well, we did no damage there. We've been hitting it for like 50. But by tracking him, we've nearly gained over 1,000 assistance just like that. And obviously that's the good thing about a Derp. 18 damage. You see, this is what the Derp can do. Absolutely nothing. But yeah, so that's the good thing about the Derp gun, is the fact that if I shoot someone in the tracks with HE with the Derp gun, I'm more than likely going to do a fair whack of damage. Fair whack of damage? No, well, not really a fair whack of damage, you've been seeing that. I mean, more like I'm going to do critical damage, so I'm going to track them. So the likelihood of me tracking people is higher than with the 75, because also the 75 is quite obviously low alpha in general. So the likelihood of me taking off tracks first time is yeah, highly unlikely. But that means you can track people more often. You can get tons more assisted with this gun than you could with the other gun. So that really helped me in the fact that I'd just go for people's tracks, track them first time, probably tracking them as well. I'm aiming underneath the tank, so I'm actually quite likely to be splashing underneath them and then doing more damage, because, you know, the weak part of the belly armour of a tank and stuff like that means that HE splash does generally more. So their push through there means that I can't sit forward where I was. So what I've done is actually pulled back onto their side, because I've seen where our tanks are and I've seen where their tanks are. There's 5 people left and we know pretty much where all of them are. There was 2 on the hill, there was 2 in front of us, and then there's the Ragnarok around the other side of that bit there that we're looking at now. So I decided I've got to pull back over their side of the map. We've done a full reverse swap, and I'm now like, okay, let's see what we can get done from over here. That 5100 pokes out and it's like, okay, 5100, You want to go there? I'm going to chance it. I'm going to keep popping shots at him. And we're not doing much to him. He did some to me. And then we go, oh, there's a Dragon, look. That's... I mean, I could pen a Dragon if I get lucky. And it's like, hey, Dragon, sit there. Oh. We penned it. It's like, huh? Lol, I penned you. Let's see if we can do it again. Of course we can. Well, actually, we did... See, no, we didn't actually pen it that time, did we? It just popped up with the red numbers for like 382. Nope. We didn't pen it that one. That's weird bug with the UI, again, that randomly pops up numbers and you're like, wait, did I actually pen or did I bounce? I don't know. I actually think I did 80 damage to him, and the 380 was something else, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let's not talk about bugs. Let's go with this Dragon in front of us. He's there, he could kill me quite easily, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to auto and fire a shot at him. Luckily track him, which again, more assistance. We finish him off that time, and there's only one tank left. It's a TD somewhere, and I'm thinking, you know, with it being a TD, it's probably going to be in their base or somewhere down the one line. Someone pings E1, and I'm kind of like, yeah, people ping the map all the time for random reasons, right? So I'm not quite believing of them, but I will go that way to see if they are possibly over there. Now, I'm expecting them to be in between those buildings in front of us and possibly find them. And I kind of want to get in and spot them, but then I don't really know why I want to get in and spot them, because I've got too much tracking for that. And then I kind of panic a little bit, because it's like, oh god, he's right there. And yeah, he doesn't shut us down. And it's like, well, I'm here. And I'm thinking, you know what, I may as well chance it, right? We managed to get a shot, luckily snapped into him, but only for 20 damage. What I was actually hoping for, and we actually finished him off there as well. What I was actually hoping for was, when I poked round that corner, was to snap that shot in and hopefully take his tracks off and get more assistance, but we didn't get it. But yeah, we finished that game with 2.7k damage, 2k assistance for the Panther Derp in a very bottom tier matchmaking game, and that was a very nice game for a Derp gun Panther in that matchmaking. I was very happy with that. I did have quite a few which were decent, but not like that. But yeah, generally it just made the Derp gun made the tank just so much more fun to play. Like, I actually enjoyed grinding the third mark with the Derp gun. It was great, generally. So, anyway, story time for the next replay. Playing with Swindle, I was talking to Swindle at the MC at the top corner. He joined after that. This is the very next game, and we get Cliff again. And basically, what has been happening is my Xbox, I need to clean out my Xbox and clean the fans, pretty much, and hopefully that'll sort it. But my Xbox keeps overheating, and when it overheats, if you've never had it, it just automatically switches itself off. And we were in a brawl on the side of the... I mean, you can't see what damage I've done now, but we were on a brawl on the left-hand side of the tower. Cliff, even. We're on the left-hand side of the cliff. And we did quite a lot. I had Swindle in the Dreadnought, and I just basically tracked things and he blapped it. And I got quite a lot of assistance from that. And we were in a very tense brawl, and we managed to get a good amount of damage. I think it was about 2k damage, maybe a bit more than that. And then just as I pulled the trigger to shoot at a T69, who was YOLOing us, I think it was a T69 anyway, it was something else, something like that. My Xbox just went, switched off, completely just gone. And it was like, what? And with that, ended up corrupting the gameplay footage from the rest of this battle. But luckily, because I didn't kill the T69, I'm pretty sure it was a T69, I didn't kill it, but someone did. So all that happened is my tank backed up while it was lagging me out the game, and I survived. And I came back to this situation where there was 2 TDs left for the enemy team and us 4. Now, obviously, I've not been in the game. I've been sorting out my Xbox, and Swindle was like, I'm pretty sure he was coming up this way to where I am now. But then obviously I don't know. But that's when he saw him and he said that was quite a while ago. And he thought, yeah, I might have spotted him, or the TDs might have spotted him. No one's seen him, so I thought maybe he's gone and hid in a corner somewhere down here. So I'm going down here, and I'm going to try and see if I can find it. It's a T78, and I'm thinking it's possible. I think I've done about 3.5k combined at this point in the game, because obviously you can't see it because of how I lagged out, or how my Xbox screwed me over pretty much. And I'm looking at that, got 3.5k with the fact that I was at 94.23 going. It's quite possible that is enough, that I'm going to get that even if I don't find this T78. But at the same time, I want the T78 to guarantee the fact that I'm going to be enough over on my third mark. So I'm kind of like at this point frantically going, where is it? I want it! I want it! Where is the T78? You know, because I've got Derp gun. The T78 is like beautiful. There he is, 348 health. I fire HE, I'm likely going to pen him, but if I fire heat, definitely going to pen him. So we just launch a heat shell into him, 272, handbrake, and tap. Dead. So we get an extra 349 damage at the end of the game, which is nice. It's what we wouldn't have had if I died or anything like that. And, you know, I managed to capture just the end of it and get the end screen. So you still see the fact that I actually 3-marked the Panther with the Derp. But unfortunately, and it was a good game as well. It was a good brawl. It was actually a lot of fun to be a part of, because we were kind of screwed at one point, and then we managed to claw it back. But unfortunately, you're not going to see that. But, you know, we finished the Panther third mark anyway. We got the Ace Tanker, got the third mark, got the Confederate, did 2.4k damage and 1600 assistance. And again, it was another good game for the Panther on Arctic region. So that was the third mark anyway in this tank, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, honestly. Like, it's actually underrated how much fun the Derp gun was for the Panther, because as we all know, right, and we all know, say it with me, kids, Derp is love, Derp is life. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.